First and foremost, I want to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakak Kwadash. Double honors to apostles and elders and bishops of Great Millstone that rule well. And salutations to Yakim to pushing the truth and sincerity and still enduring in his faith, especially in the times we're in. And shalom to you few sisters that listen in sincerity and humbleness. The brother Yerala and children of light, coming with you with a lesson, I'm titled this It is High Time, which is my favorite scripture of Romans 13 and 11. Because the times we in right now, things been getting hectic, but it's getting worse now. As you see, with the thing, things going on with Trump with the ICE. He got ICE out here pulling over Jake. We in a time of we coming in a time of Jacob trouble. And that's the time we living in. It's finna get wild around here. Jake. The people out here are rebelling. I'm watching the video of a brother. He posted a video about the Black Panther Party, talking about what they're gonna do. I actually seen that video, and I seen another video of Black Panther, the Black Panther Party actually, getting ready to. If I wish I had the video, it's on my computer, but I'm using my cell phone right now. If I can find it though, Yahweh Ratazah, I post it up. But they actually, arming up to fight against, ICE. And we so that's part of them troubles that we coming in. But I don't want to babble too much. I'm gonna go into the scripture, and I pray this be edifying to y'all. Okay, this is Romans chapter 13 verse 11. It says, and knowing that, Salaki, and that knowing the time that it is that now it is high time to awake out of sleep. For now our salvation is nearer than we believed. Right. It's we know in the time, because through prophecies, and how we was able to get that through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shai. He put it on our apostles, starting with Apostle Tahar on down, to break down, to edify these scriptures and show us, these prophecies that's coming to pass, And I wanted to go into this word, knowing the time, because I was looking at this earlier, just scrolling through. High time, Salakia. So it says, matter of fact, I'll let it play.
Strong's G 5610,
Horror. It says, a certain definite time or season fixed by natural law and returning with the revolving year. It says, of the seasons of the year, spring, summer, autumn, winter. I'm going to jump to the part. Any definite time, point of time, moment. It says, it says, apparently a primary word, an hour, literally or figuratively, day, hour, instant, season. It's a short tide high. Yeah. What you see what it says, but it says season. I wanted to go to where it says a season, because that's also part of a time. And that's what time we're in. We're in that season of where things is gonna get rough around here. And that made me think of the scripture. Because when I was looking at that, I'm like, what? This Salaki, give me 1 second, y'all. Let me grab the scripture. It's Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 1. Because this would make me think of that, because we're coming into that season of chaos. Is going to be a season of chaos. that's happening, because you see it on the news, and I'm mainly just focusing more so on with the main news with the ICE agents, how they already shot a woman. You had a Jake. They had a video of Jake outside. I guess he cussing out the ICE agents. Then you had ICE agents pulling over Jake, asking for their identification in the papers. So like you see how it's they starting to attack. They're starting to come after everybody, but mainly Jake. At first it was the Northern Kingdom. Now they're coming to the Southern Kingdom too. And all this is going to end up brewing up because it's ultimately going to boil down to martial law, because Jake is rebellion, not just even Jake, the let's say the American people of rebelling against this whole ICE movement, So let me read this. It's Ecclesiastes 3:1. It says, "To everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under heaven." And that purpose is prophecy, prophecy. So that's the purpose that these is happening, because prophecy, it was spoken in the scriptures that Jacob's trouble is coming to happen. It's a time to be born and a time to die, a time to plant and a time to pluck up that which is planted, a time to kill and a time to heal, a time to break down and a time to build up. And what we've been breaking down, Esau, the kingdom, through these scriptures. And the spirit is breaking down Esau, the kingdom, because this word has been going out there. Being an Israelite is known all over the world now. You can watch it on YouTube in other countries. We became known over the media. You had the guy Drewski make fun of us. Now he making videos exposing the Christian church. And so the truth is getting out there. Because when people see that, he ain't doing he ain't doing nothing but just bringing that. That's just a way of bringing, because Jake, he exposing that, so Jake gonna end up, if they of the elect, they gonna come to us. They gonna see that these churches and they pastors is false, false prophets, and just doing it for filthy lucre's sake, But back to what I was saying, I don't want to drift too far off, but like the scripture says, it's a time to break down, and a time to build up. And Yahweh Shem Shai is building up his elect men, and we breaking down Esau kingdom by going out there on these highways and byways and speaking these words that we were commanded to. It's a time to weep and a time to laugh, a time to mourn and a time to dance, a time to cast away stones and a time to gather stones together, a time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing, a time to get, a time to lose, a time to because ultimately everything you own now, that you didn't got, you can't hold on to all these things that you got in the world, because you're going to, it's gonna be a time where you're gonna have to lead that. You're gonna lose all that. It says a time to keep, here we go, and a time to cast away. So when all hell break loose, don't hold on to all of the material things that you have gotten in the world. You may have to get rid of that. On a physical aspect, you gotta, because I'm mainly focused on the time that we in right now, and when all hell do break loose, you can't think about that. Remember, the scriptures say, remember Lot's wife, all that, the pleasurable things you have, it's gonna be a time where you're gonna have to say fuck that, and you're gonna have to get up out of here. It says, verse 7, a time to rend and a time to sow, a time to keep silence and a time to speak. And the the prophets of Yahweh Shai, we been out here speaking. And not only that, the uproars of people, you know what I'm saying? But it's ultimately, more importantly, the prophets being out here on the highways and byways, speaking this word, starting with the apostles on down. When they got on it, when they first hit the internet, you know, that's when this word started really getting out there. Like throughout mostly out throughout the world, and now it's out there, you know. And then, like I was saying, with the uproars of people speaking out against their leader, they speaking out against Trump, they speaking out against America, you know, because they starting to see that a lot of bullshit is going on, and with inflation, you know, with what do they call it, hyperinflation, you know. What you got, the women out here complaining, you know, single black women, they out here complaining, you know, they can't afford certain things. You got the middle class out here crying because it's getting rough, you know. This is a time to love and a time to hate, a time of war and a time of peace. And right now we're going into the time of war, you know, because there's no peace around right now, man. Everything just fucking hectic, you know. Jake arming up with the Black Panther Party against they armed, getting ready to, you know, come against ICE. ICE out here is what they shot a woman, which I seen the video. You know, ICE, they Salaki, it was stuttering, you know. They pulling over Jake, asked for identification. If I'm mistaken, the wheels they come from I think they come from Chicago to if I'm not, I may got it wrong. If y'all find the video, yeah, you know, I think it's come from Chicago to Minneapolis or Minnesota, one of the two, you know. But like the scripture said, you ain't gonna be able to go in the city, you know. You ain't gonna be able to go in or out the city. Those are times that we're coming in, you know. So the mindset we gotta have is being, you know, staying strong in the truth and you know, enduring and getting our minds ready for that and keep doing this work, you know. So I'm gonna go back to Romans because I just wanted to bring that out of the times that we in, and like the scripture say, I'm Salaki, that was 13. It says, and that knowing the time, Romans 13:11, and that knowing the time, see, we know the time through what? The scriptures. And what's going on out here in the world, we apply that from, you know, the scriptures speak about these things. It says that now it is high time and the season, it says, to awake out of sleep. And they ain't talking about physical sleep. It's talking about, you know, your mind. Because Jake is asleep because they don't know what's going on in the world. You know, they hypnotized. They blinded, you know. So the spirit of Yahweh Shai is waking up his elect to come out that slumber, that spiritual slumber, and wake up and see what's going on in the world, man. It says, for now is our salvation nearer than we believed. And this is what we're looking for. Like the Apostle Tahar always say when he bring out these prophecies and he start edifying, we almost out of here because it's getting close. It's getting close, you know? It says, the night is far spent, the day is at hand. Let us therefore cast off the works of darkness. The works of darkness is all the wickedness you've been doing. You got to cast that off, because it's been time. It's time, and let us put on the armor of light. And you got to get to these scriptures. Pray to Yahweh Shai. Watch these videos, watch the apostles edify, break down the scriptures. Other brothers, you got other brothers that learn under our apostles. When I'm speaking apostles, I'm talking about the apostles of GMS, who got the 100% truth, It says, let us walk honestly as in the day. It says, not in rioting and drunkenness, not in chambering and wantonness, not in strife and envying, but put ye on the Lord Yahweh Shai Hamashiach, and make not provision for the flesh to fulfill the lust thereof. And then with that lust that I'm talking about, this worldly stuff, man, partying, trying to chase the even like the American dream. You trying to make it in, make it in life. Want to be a celebrity. All that brings in lust. Chasing after all these, these, all these women that can really knock you off your feet, and you lose your focus. Whatever cause you to be lustful after, that's gonna keep you away from the truth, man. Just staying in His word. But that was really it. Because as I'm sitting here talking, I'm trying to put my words together, and I'm thinking at the same time of the things that's going on. And I don't want to babble too much, but it's high time, man. So with that, I pray I've been edified. And with that, I want to say shalom, Fam Yashala.